Protect your life. Now check it out. Now look, the apple don't fall far from trees, right? I'm in the land of milk and honey with the bees, like. And if I'm ripping it, what I'm sowing with my seeds, like. Now check it out. I've been a father since I was a toddler. I would teach her, mother, father, how to reach the father. I would either never bother my mother. See, I'm my brother's keeper. If you digging what I'm saying, we could go deeper. I'm strong like my daddy. I'm Hercules. That's too deep. You sleep. You hopped over the fence. You sheep. You slept on me.
Your global auntie, your global sister, your global cousin, however it is you choose to view me is fine. At the end of the day, I'm your extended family member, and I come to you guys on a weekly basis just to have these conversations with you guys. There's a lot of things that I be having on my mind that I like to get off, and who better to have these conversations with than family, yeah? So today I want to talk to you guys about a word called accountability. I look at accountability as a way of taking responsibility for your actions. And sometimes taking accountability for your actions is not always what you do, but sometimes also what you choose not to do. Because everything you do and don't do has an effect on the people that you love and the people around you. It could be detrimental. And the reason why I bring this conversation up is because today I was in the car with my family, with my son and his father, and my son says to his father, "Mommy took me out of school." So my son's father says, "Wait, what? What do you mean she took you out of school?" And then he looks at me. "Yeah, what is my son talking about? What do you mean you took him out of school? How did you do that? Why didn't you talk to me about it before you made the decision? You just made it by yourself? I feel like I can't trust you." And to be quite honest, I didn't care. You know, it's not that I was trying to disrespect him, because people will look at it as like, wow, this chick is very disrespectful. You're making dramatic decisions without notifying your kid's father of what was about to take place. Hear me out though. See, here's the thing. Some things is just not up for debate for me. Some things that I choose to take matters in my own hands, because there's people who like to, go against the grain, and I'm often the grain. You're always going to go against me. Some things I'm not even going to argue with you about. Some things I just have to take, full action on. And when it comes to my son, I'm willing to do that. No questions asked. I don't care how anybody feels. I don't care about anybody's emotions behind it. I don't care. At the end of the day, me being a mother is my job to protect and do what's best in my child's interests. So that's mentally and physically, I'm going to do whatever to protect him. And this is how, I'm taking accountability for my actions. Sometimes the choices that I make, for other people, it's just sometimes they don't understand my point of view. Like I said, I withdraw my son out of school. I withdraw him out of public schools, but know that I did it with logic. I'm the type of person who does extensive research on everything, and if something's not sitting right with me, I dead it. Children, I love children so much. I love children, and the thing that people don't understand about children is they don't do what it is that you say. They listen to what you hear, they listen to what you say, but I don't think they can logically comprehend it. With children, it's very trial and error. So you're going to say your child is hard-headed, they don't listen. The thing is, they don't learn through what's being told, they learn through vision, and they learn through what they see around them. They're always observing everything. Kids analyze everything. They're going to copy what you do more than what you say. So I have to lead by example. I feel like words don't hold anything. Everything I do is going to hold more. It's going to, his father doesn't understand the choices that I made, but I feel like it's going to pay off. Children, the first 7 years of their life is so very important. They're in the recording stage. Everything they see within the first 7 years of their life, their brain is basically recording it. Their brain is recording it, and everything it is that they take in internally, it dictates the character and the person they'll become as an adult. It's like, metaphorically, they're like computers. You see, you have a computer and you install these programs into it, and then when you start downloading certain things from certain websites that carry viruses, you get viruses in your computer. The viruses eventually shut the computer down. Now, with the computer, sometimes you can, if you catch it quick enough, you can reboot it and clear everything out. But sometimes the viruses are so bad it just shuts down the system. You just got to get a whole new computer. And there's a saying that says, raise your kids in a way where they don't have to live life as an adult recovering from their childhood. So many of us have been through so many things in our lives that as an adult, we are not functioning properly because we're trying to recover from traumatic childhoods. It's summer 2020. My son did his first year in kindergarten last year, fall. 2 years before that, I cried because I knew the day was coming that my son was going to have to enter kindergarten. For me, I'm not putting anything in my body. If there's certain things that I won't accept to put in my body, I would never put it in my child's body. I'm not going to use my child as a sacrifice to, quote unquote, protect everybody else. That's out. It don't even work like that. People who study anatomy, physiology, and all of that, science period, you know how powerful your body is. I studied that stuff for fun. I knew how powerful the body was, and I was just like, I felt defeated because I kept having people going against me. I entered school, and I did all I had to do. I filled out paperwork. I went to court. I got everything notarized for him to have a paper called a religious exemption. They don't really care about your child's well-being, and neither do the people who provide these medicines. And there's just some things that I just was not okay with. And nobody was going to force it on him. And I did that, and I felt so accomplished, and I was happy. My baby was able to enter kindergarten. And just this year of 2020, they passed a law in Connecticut where that exemption was taken away. They got it notarized through the courts that basically he would be grandfathered in because I had done whatever it is that I had to do before the laws had passed, basically. But I say that to say this. Even back then, my son's father went against me. I'm like, you get him first. Let's see how they react in your body before you put him in my child. I'd rather get anything that's going to come my way. I'd rather get it to the natural way. That way my body builds its own immunity to it. When your body comes in contact with something that's foreign, the memory, your cells record it as memory, just like that program I was telling you about, the computer. It stores it as memory in the body. Your body recognizes it and knows how to ward it off next time. Yeah, you might get sick. Of course, you're going to get sick, but your body is taking in all of that information and is learning how to ward it off. You're getting it in a natural way. The next time it comes to you, it'll be, dabbing on it. Like, get out of here. I already been through that. Now you just injected somebody continuously with all this. People don't question anything. Judge you, don't judge me. At the end of the day, what I do with mine, that's what I do with mine. And I said, nah. Right? So boom, my son went to kindergarten. He enjoyed kindergarten. Fall 2020, going back to first grade, he's going to supposedly enter in first grade 2020. all these things that the children will have to follow in order for them to go back to school, to me was like cruelty. Reading those pages, I cried. And with no thought, I withdrawed my son right away. Did I think to notify my son's father? I thought about it, and I knew how it was when it came for me to try to protect my son's physical. And this is going to affect him mentally when social distancing. That alone is hard for children because they're not able. My son did virtual schooling for the second half of his school year. He is interacting with his classmates and doing schoolwork online. That in itself was very weird. But the fact that he was able to interact with his classmates, he was happy because he was not able to see anybody. He had to keep his distance. Imagine social distancing at school as a child. Now, when I say I'm protecting my child's mental, this is what I mean. Mentally, emotionally, psychologically. When I go to the store, right, for 30 minutes, after 30 minutes of grocery shopping with a mask on, I'm ready to faint. After 30 minutes, I can't breathe. I can't breathe wearing these masks. And people think you're doing, like, we're doing more harm than good by wearing these masks, because when you breathe, you see these trees around me? That's why it's the ecosystem. We gotta stop cutting down our trees because they're so important to us. These trees filter out our air so that we're able to breathe. Now, when we breathe, we have our own filter system in our body. When we breathe in our lungs, what we're breathing out is called carbon monoxide. When that is trapped, the reason why we have to breathe it out because it's so toxic. It's a toxic chemical. Now, when we have a mask on and that carbon monoxide is just trapped right there, and we're constantly breathing that back in, what's naturally something that's supposed to come out of your body is being trapped here. Carbon monoxide will start all your respiratory area system, your respiratory system will start to shut down. It will make your lungs weak. It will make you sick. Now, I can't deal with that for 30 minutes. They want our children to wear masks for 8 hours out of the day, or however long the school day is. That's a long time. You know what I'm saying? That's a long time. That right there by itself is a no for me. My child is not going to be forced to wear a mask for that long. They're children. They want to run, they want to play, they want to have fun. Yes, school is for learning. But at the end of the day, I'm sending my child to an institution where he's going to be miseducated anyway. Ain't no gain from that. So many of us, we will put our children in an area, in a place around people who don't have their best interests. These people don't care about your kids. Carbonated children, you think these curriculums, the things that they teach your children is for the benefit of them? Do you really? I mean, what did you learn in school? 12 years of your precious life. Tell me, as a grown-up, as an adult, what did you get out of that? What did you get out of school? What did you get out of school? What life skills did it teach you? I'm not trying to discredit anybody who chooses to go to college, but where did college get you? A bunch of debt? Where did trigonometry, chemistry, and algebra get you? Do you plan to be a brain surgeon? If not, then what was the point of that? Why didn't you? They're not going to teach your children self-love, self-confidence, self-assurance, self-control. How about finances, about money, about how to be successful in life. They're not teaching your children that. So what's the point? The richest people on earth, they never went to school. They never went to high school. Some of them never been to college. But they got all the tools and all the necessary tools. They were taught the things that they needed to be successful in life. we got to take accountability for our actions, because we send our kids to these schools and think that these people are supposed to do it for them. Nah, we think that these people are supposed to do it for us. Nah, that's our job. It's our job to teach our children what it is they need to know in order to be successful, not them. Our oppressors, their job is to oppress us. They're not going to teach our children to be successful. Did they teach you how to be successful? Oh, so all of a sudden your children are going to be taught how to be successful, but you, your mother, your grandmother was never taught that? Like, come on now. So yeah, I withdraw my son from school, and ask me if I feel any kind of bad about it. No, I do not. Do I care that his father's mad? No, I do not. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm here to protect my child's mental and physical. Just like I went as hard as I did to protect his physical, make sure there was no poison in his body, make sure there was no aluminum in his body, make sure there was no mercury in his body, make sure there was no aborted fetal cells going through his body. Do you know? Think about that. Somebody else, another person's DNA inside of your body. And then we see all these people with Down syndrome and all these crazy things. That's not natural. Putting stuff inside of a human body to change how their body normally functions. Something that the body does not recognize is going to change the DNA of it. So, like I said, I went hard to make sure that would never happen with my child again. And I did what I had to do just now, withdraw my son from school, and I'm going to homeschool my son. So many people, I got to send my kids to school because how I'm going to work. You sending your child, you're giving your child's brain to your oppressor because of money. That's what's drawing you to make this decision as a babysitter. These people are not your babysitters. You have to be willing to take accountability for your actions. You're going to take your child and put them in a place where they're just going to be neglected and rejected and disrespected. All for the love of money. Find another way to get some money then. Find another way to get some money then. I'm willing to. That's what I said. I don't care. Homeschooling, yeah, it might be difficult. Nothing's really easy, but at the end of the day, I feel like I got all the necessary tools. I'm investing in myself. I'll buy anything. If you got $300 pair of foams on your feet, why can't you buy a $300 curriculum for your child? Books for your child. Learn with your child. Y'all can learn together. Learn how to run a business at the age of 7 years old. If you have a home, if you're a home owner, you can put your child on a payroll at the age of 7. They will never have to work for anybody else ever again in life. Never have to work for anybody else. And then when you roll over, your child will run the business. Put your child in a position where they can be bosses. There's so many of us who tell our children, oh, you can be a boss. You can do whatever you want to do. You can own anything you want. You have to lead by example. They're not going to believe that by you saying it. You have to lead by example. You have to do it first. And if they see you doing it, they'll be like, wow, I know it's possible because my mommy did it. My daddy did it. And I will never be okay with it. That's why I did what I did. And some people might not understand that, and people might have their opinions. And you know what? Here's the thing. I'm not here I don't need nobody's approval. I don't need nobody's validation. Anything I put my mind to is just that I'm kind of stubborn. It takes a lot to change my mind. And when it comes to my children, I will protect them with everything in me. Carbonated, beautiful people. I love them so much. But it seems like they're the only ones who go against me. When I talk to Caucasian people about this, they're with it. They understand. Hey, we homeschool our children too. Yeah, I see. That's why y'all have houses and generational wealth, because your children aren't being miseducated by the system. I have carbonated people who are still asleep. And those are the people who criticize me most. I ignore them. I look at them as sheep. I call them sheeple. But you see, sheep are so, when you look at the actual animal sheep, they're so precious. They're so innocent. But oftentimes it's the shepherd that leads them to the slaughterhouse. Right or wrong. It's the sheep that follow the shepherd that leads them to the slaughterhouse. My child ain't getting slaughtered, not over my dead body. There's a lot of things that I'm going to have to take charge, and there's things I'm not going to run by certain people because I'm not about to argue with you. Anything I'm passionate about, I don't need your opinion. I don't need your consent. I'm going to do it. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, I wanted to talk to y'all about that. I wanted to talk to y'all about accountability because, like I said, what you do, choose, or what you don't choose to do, it has an effect on the people that you love. It can be detrimental. It can be very dangerous. My son is 5 years old. For 4 years, I've been homeschooling my son, and he entered kindergarten and surpassed everybody in his class. He was already at a first grade level. You know what I'm saying? So I know that I'm capable. The thing is, what we got to do is we have to stop self-sabotaging ourselves. We have to stop telling ourselves, oh, we can't do this. We're not capable of this. We don't have what it takes. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You have what it takes to educate your child. Like I said, you can learn with your child, unlearn and relearn. Everything that you're learning, y'all can learn together. It's a bonding experience. Every experience is a learning experience, and that's what homeschool is about. Homeschool is about freedom. What? My son, we about to get swimming lessons. What? We about to do so much stuff that he never even, the things that I never experienced, my son is going to experience because now we got that free time to do whatever it is we please. Homeschool. We need to start making new things the new norm. I'm not trying to follow nobody else. I'm trying to lead. I got to break. Sometimes somebody has to be courageous enough to start breaking cycles, doing the things that's not the norm. Because normalcy no longer exists. What is normal? I don't want to be normal. I want to be different. He's going to be in a better position than I ever was. He's going to be in a better position than anybody around me. Because I'm going to make sure of it. Real crazy. It gets crazy. But I'm crazy enough to take it there. I don't play about my child. I don't play. I have his best interests. And I'm willing to protect him to the day that I die. And I'm willing to go up against everybody. I'm a rebel. I look at it as that I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel with a cause. God, these mosquitoes, they be trying to tear me up. It's that gold in my blood. Them carbonated beans, man. I tell you, us, we got that good blood. Our blood ain't like no other. We got that gold in our veins. We got that gold in our veins. We so secure. We so secure. Secure? We so superior. We are so superior. But yeah, I just wanted to chat it up with you guys. I wanted to chop it up with you guys because that was on my mind and I needed to let it out. And I wanted to talk to my family real quick and see how y'all was doing and let y'all know what was on my mind because, man, I don't know when I was going to have that conversation with my son's father. He was just going to be like, oh, he going to school? Nope. My son, basically, he helped me out. Because I wasn't going to bring it up. And I'm happy that my son brought it up. He helped me. He helped me to come out about it. My son's father, he didn't really talk to me about it. That was the last time he said anything about it. He looked at me and said, basically, I can't trust you. And he's like, I really just want to get away from you. And I'm like, yo, you'll get over it. But that's how basically I'm looking at it. Dude, you'll get over it. I ain't really worried about you being mad. Because you always mad about something. You get mad about something that's worth, I don't care to listen to people who don't care to do the research. If you just gonna tell me not to do something because it's not something that everybody else is doing, I'm doing things in my life today so that I can live like no other tomorrow. My job ain't to follow nobody. I don't want my son to be a follower. I want my son to be a leader. And that's what I am displaying to him. Be a leader, don't be a follower. Don't go along with what everybody else is doing. Because everything, you'll only go as far as the crowd you're following. Show me your 5 friends and I'll show you your future. Your 5 closest friends is basically a reflection of who you are. So if you sit around a bunch of low lives and you about something, everybody around you is going to drain your energy. They're going to throw you off your pivot. They're going to discourage you. They're going to drain your energy. They're going to have you thinking that you can't be nothing because they ain't nothing. They don't want to be nothing. So when you have one person who got motivation and ambition, and you're around a bunch of low lives, they will pull you down. But you can be somebody. You're important. You are the architect of your life. Nobody can stop you from doing what you want but you. Only your self-doubt, only self-sabotage will stop you from doing what you want to do. By saying, I can't. How? You don't say, how can I do it? You find a way it can be done. You can't say, I can't do it. You have to say, I can do this. Because you have to be able to motivate yourself, especially when everybody around you is telling you can't do it. You can't just give in and let these people tell you that you can't do it. You got to prove them wrong. You got to prove them wrong, because if you don't stand up for yourself, then who's going to stand up for you? If you don't stand up for anything, you're going to fall for everything. And I just want you to be courageous. And I want you to not care about what people say. Care about how you feel. Stand on your 10 toes and move with integrity. Don't care about anybody being in their emotions. They'll get over it. I promise you. If you're a firm believer and having faith in yourself, maybe they'll have faith in themselves too, because they don't believe in themselves. By watching you, they're like, wow, you really did that. You told me you were going to do that and you did that. And it's inspiring. You are inspiring. There's a lot of things that you went through in your life that some people just give up. You made it. You didn't let it defeat you. You accomplished that goal. You accomplished that hurdle. You jumped over that hurdle, that obstacle. You got past it. You looking back at it today like, damn, that shit almost killed me. But guess what? I'm still here. That's you. That's you. That's us. That's us, carbonated people. What is it that we've been through that we have not conquered? We've been through the worst things and it never stopped us. And I want you to keep that in mind. We are a powerful people. I love you guys so much. These mosquitoes is about, they is out here. They is out here. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I just wanted to chop it up with you guys. I'm gonna catch it up with you guys later. And I want you guys to have a great day. The sun is about to go down. I want y'all to take a hot shower, listen to some feel-good music, listen to some reggae if you got to. I love reggae. Reggae always make me happy, because some of that rah-rah or that ratchet stuff, that just, it's low frequency. Sometimes you just have to get yourself in a frequency and vibration where you just calm, some inspiring words and things that are just speak to your mind and your soul. When you consume, it's not just what you eat, but more so what you allow yourself to see and what you allow yourself to hear, and the people you surround yourself. All of that can be energy draining, and I want you to keep yourself up, keep yourself positive. The times that you're feeling defeated, know that you're not alone. You want to talk to me? Hit me up in the comments. Let me know how you felt about this video. I know it was touchy. I know a lot of y'all might think I'm disrespectful. Maybe. I really don't care. I'm not disrespectful. Like I said, I'm willing to do anything to protect my child, and sometimes I don't need anybody else's validation. Even if you're a parent, even if you're the other parent, I don't need your validation. I don't need your consent. I'm the mother. We're not married. If you're not married, you don't have equal rights. You don't really hold much rights to your child. Even if your child has your last name, when you sign a birth certificate as a man, the only thing that you are obligating yourself to is child support. Now, why would you want You shouldn't have, the government shouldn't have to be the middleman to make sure you taking care of your responsibilities. Some people should be able to just take care of their kids without somebody forcing them to. It is what it is. It wasn't meant for them. It wasn't meant for us. But that's basically it. When you sign a birth certificate, all you're doing is saying you're obligated to paying off the government, because the money is going to the government before it's getting to your child. Basically, you got a babysitter saying, let's see if you can pay to take care of your child. Like, you're a grown-ass man, you can do that on your own. But instead, we're going to be the middleman, and we're going to make sure that, it's just a babysitter. Who needs that? And I took my child's father off of child support, so he don't pay child support. But for that reason, I'm not working against my son's father. I'm not working with the system. I'm working against the system, so I took him off. I don't need no child support from my son's father because my son's father takes care of my son financially, everything. I don't pay a dime on my son, never have. Shoes, clothes, I don't pay for none of that shit. Birth certificate, and he has his last name. The fathers often feel they don't know their rights. They often feel as if, okay, I signed a birth certificate, I have rights to your son. You don't have rights to your child unless you're married, or you go to that extensive way to get those extra rights. But as a mother, I have all say when it comes to my child. Doesn't matter if your child has his father's last name. If you're not married, you have all rights. So me, I make all of the decisions when it comes to my son. It comes to his health, I don't need consent from nobody. When it comes to his schooling, I don't have to consent to nobody. Those are the rights that I have, and I exercise them to the fullest extent. Nobody can take that away from me. And like I said, I'm not trying to step on your toes, but don't step on mine. Those are my rights as a mother. That's my child. Yes, you helped me make that child, but because I gave birth to that child, I have all rights to that child. Me and you are not married, I make all decisions for that child. Yeah, that's honest dialogue for you. I'm gonna catch up with you guys soon. You guys have a great night. Love you guys so much.
Next level, guaranteed my next level. My whole wrist ain't covered with heavy metal. That's make a face, make a wish, I wish you would. I make a video and bring parents into your hood. My car got stolen the other day and I blame the devil. I'm feeling like a mountain, tribulations like a pebble. Talk to God on my behalf if you can fit that in your schedule. Tell him your boy needs some sleep, the baby screaming like a kettle.